the last episode, we went to the Twilight Forest and fought the Naga and also the Lich King. We also got a beautiful ring of the Swift Rending Gale, which allows us to go ahead and fly around. We went to the Nether and collected Wither Skeleton DNA. Go ahead and make a Wither Skeleton spawner. And also in between episodes, I went ahead and put a few upgrades on our Wither Skeleton spawner to go ahead and do with what we want, because, well, we don't really have good enough storage mods in this pack to kind of do what I wanted to do. So I went ahead and added a soul lantern to our spawner, and what that allows us to do is basically say, hey, you can spawn no matter what light level is in the room, which is pretty good as well. Okay, so in today's episode, we're gonna go ahead and build up a Wither Skeleton spawner. 1, 2, 3, 4 to go ahead and get the skulls that we need for fighting the Wither, and that will be the second step of what we need for the Philosopher's Stone will be complete today. At least hopefully it will be complete today. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the center of this platform and do our typical dark room shenanigans, but this time we're gonna go ahead and light it up so other mobs can't spawn and only Wither Skeletons can spawn inside of here because of the way the spawner works. Now we are gonna need some dark glass, and dark glass can be made in many different variants of ways. Dark Utilities one, or Extra Utilities Rebirth version, or the Industrial foregoing one. I believe the one that we want is the dark glass from Extra Utilities Rebirth that happens to only require black dye, which we can go ahead if we want to get black dye either by going and finding squids, or we can go ahead and make some fertilizer using our dandelions and our poppies to go ahead and make some of that mystical fertilizer. Now to make a mystical fertilizer, we just need 2 red dye, 2 yellow dye, and some bone meal, and that should allow us to make some mystical fertilizer, which indeed is also EMCable, by the way. You can go ahead and chuck that in your energy condenser and get infinite of them. Now you're gonna need some shears. Now I know that you don't technically need shears to harvest botania crops nowadays, but because I'm so used to doing it that way, we're gonna go ahead and do it that way anyway. Also, make sure when you're harvesting your botania crops, do not sprint near them because, well, let's just say that the thing will do that and you don't really want the tall flowers. You kind of want to keep the baby flowers because the baby flowers are, I mean, technically I believe the talls are also still EMCable as well, but I'm pretty sure you do need the shears, I believe, to go ahead and harvest all of those tall flowers. I guess another pro tip is if you have flight, you could also happen to fly above them and not affect them, which is pretty solid if you ask me. One thing that's really good about this bone meal thing is that we don't have to freaking use bone meal to grow our crops, because guess what? We can just run and grow them. It's really awesome to be able to just run and sprint like this and be able to grow our botania crops with no effort at all. Look at that. That was literally like 2 seconds of effort and we get so much reward from it. It's ridiculous how much we get from this just by like sprinting essentially. Now that we have a ton of mystical black petals, we can make a pestle and mortar to go ahead and make ourselves some black dye by crushing some of the black flowers inside of here using the pestle and mortar. Go ahead and make the black dye that we need. We can just make a stack of it. It's fine, honestly. We are gonna need dark glass, not black glass. I've made that mistake a few times, and honestly we don't really need that much because, well, you can see we can kind of EMC it a little bit like that and just throw it in here. Now it's history, right? We just also got to do, excuse me, that is black stained clear glass. That is not the same thing. Now let's try that again. Let's make some dark glass. There you go. Now it's not dark black glass. There you go. That's how you do it. Make a few of those and we will cover this all in dark glass. And while we're waiting for that, actually, let's go ahead and make the mob masher, which is going to be a big part of this whole like ordeal, this whole system, right? We're gonna need one of those. So we're gonna need, I believe, a few of these. One more. We're just missing a few more swords. I think like 5 more swords or something. How are we out of iron? Always out of iron somehow, some way. Okay, let's go ahead and make 5 swords. Nope, because we ran out of sticks. Man, I cannot wait until we get our hands on the EMC table. The actual, like, you know, one that we can place down or whatever. That is going to be poggers. And the only thing that we're missing at this point is a redstone block, which is going to be easy enough. 1 redstone block later and a mob masher. Beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and need some slime. Now, slime isn't going to be too difficult to get. Slime can be made, I believe, using witch water and some sort of mushroom. Do we have any mushrooms? Probably don't. There might be an easier way to get mushrooms. Nature seeds and dirt essence. We can probably make nature essence at this point. But also, like, if I just do myself a favor and, you know, break this down and maybe sprint around here. I don't know if bone mealing mycelium will give you mushrooms. Okay, let's try to bone meal mycelium. That's not gonna happen. So you know what? I think it only gives you my mushrooms or mycelia when you're converting water to witch water. So let's see if that's the case. Let's see if we can go ahead and get some mushrooms to spawn. I am here in the Twilight Forest and this stupid blitz blaze thing won't leave me alone. However, I did find some brown mushroom. Oh my god, leave me alone, you twerp. Go away. Jesus Christ. No means no. I did find these brown mushroom things, so I'm wondering if I can go ahead and break them down and go ahead and get some mushrooms for free. And it does look like I can get some brown mushrooms for free, which don't mind if I do. That is way more easier than the plan that I had. I also did went ahead and found us a light gray shimmering mushroom in the cave, but you know, we got mushrooms, which is good. We can go ahead and take this now with witch water and put it inside of the barrel like so. I guess I can't put it back. You know why? It's filled with damn water. That's why I can't put it back, and all of my buckets are being used. Seems legit. Go ahead and use your mushroom on witch water to go ahead and make your first slime block, which you can then go ahead and EMC once you're done with that, and then you can obviously break that slime down. I did not mean to make that much dark glass. I feel like I've made a grave mistake. Oops. Honestly, that's a lot of free EMC. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good amount of free EMC just hanging around. But we can go ahead and take that slime like so and convert it down into vector plates. We need the vector plates, which need dark plates, which should be easy enough to make, right? You would think. It just needs stone, which we somehow don't have any of. We need sugar, which we're gonna go ahead and need sugarcane for, which luckily we have some seeds for, which we're gonna need to go ahead and plant down on this inferium farmland. It won't work on inferium farmland because I don't know why, but that's fine. And I use it. I still can't use it on there, but that's fine, because guess what I can do? I can EMC a bunch of sugarcane this way and it will be fine. It's all good in the hood for now, at least. Go ahead and dump that, break that down into sugar. We only need a few, and then do something like that, and now we can break these down into vector plates like so. We're gonna need quite a few vector plates, so we'll let that run for a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and put this right about, well, the mob masher is gonna go right about here, but you know what, I kind of want to put it facing the glass, which should be fine. If we do something like this, this should be good. I hope that this is gonna be good enough to not let light through. I didn't really test that. Let me make sure that this works and we'll be right back. I can indeed confirm it does indeed work, which is poggers, if you ask me, so that's good. Now that that is done, we can go ahead and set this up to be really poggers. All we have to do now is basically set up the redstone for this. Okay, that's probably more than enough vector plates for now. 2 stacks. Keep 2 stacks on us at all times. And then all we have to do is set up the redstone control for both of these spawners to be nice and set up. So to do that, I'm actually gonna need to, hold on, we're gonna have to relocate the torches for right this second. Now it is a bit of a small area. Now we are losing a bit of spawn space based on, you know, how small I did make the room here, but that's okay, that's fine. We're not really maxing out the potential of this spawner, because technically it can technically spawn out to this block here, here that's under the dark glass, but we are not really optimizing for that. That's fine. We really don't have to optimize for that. Go ahead and do something like that. Get this all situated and hooked up. It doesn't need to be particularly fast either, which is super nice. And the only thing that we have to do now is make the upgrades for the said mob masher, and this farm should be good to go for the most part. Yeah, all we have to do is hook up the redstone to the mob masher and then again to the spawner that's underneath here. Now, to get the upgrades, we're gonna go ahead and want to make the sharpness, the looting, and the beheading upgrades for the mob masher. And the beheading in particularly is the one that we're looking for here because, well, let's be honest, we want to get the skulls. Beheading is probably the most important one out of them all, I would argue. I am hoping that we have enough EMC to kind of get these things ball rolling here. The thing that we're trying to use is not really that EMC dense here. It's not really that EMC dense. I just realized that we only need one because guess what? We can use the EMC to upgrade these. So just make 2 heads, make this, and now we can EMC dense it. And that should be fine. And then do the exact same thing here and here. We just need the 4 iron swords, which shouldn't be terrible assuming we have iron for it. We never have the iron, even though we have all the iron, if that makes any sense. It's weird. It's strange. It's a phenomenon. It's very weird. Go ahead and dump all of that in there. Again, all we have to do now is just go ahead and say, hey, we want beheading. Give us a bunch of beheading. Now we're going to need a ton of stuff. Do I have more iron in here? I do, but it's not many. I'm going to be honest here. Go ahead and dump that. Dump all that. And then we just need about 10 beheadings. Wow. That was not even, wow. Okay. And just like that, we have all of the upgrades that we need, except for, I just remembered one special upgrade that we're gonna need, and that is also smite. I don't know how I forgot about the smite upgrade, but smite is gonna be really useful for fighting the wither skeletons. I believe the wither skeleton counts as an undead mob. I'm not really entirely sure about that, but I know that if you hit the wither with a smite sword, it does a plentiful amount of damage. I'm pretty sure that is also how that works as well, but I could be wrong. With all that being said, the last part of this that we're gonna go ahead and need is an item collector. That is right, an item collector, which is gonna require a few things that we might need to, you know, make really quickly, aka iron, but that's not really too bad. 3 hoppers, 1, 2, 3, done. Droppers are easy enough, and the only thing that we're missing at this point is a lapis lazuli block. Beautiful. Item collector, we are gonna need some item pipes. I don't know if we've made those yet. Item pipes, no, not yet. Item pipes should be fairly simple. They might be a little tricky to make. We are going to need a little bit of leather, which means we're actually going to need to do cow bait for the first time, which is basically the same thing as chicken bait, but with wheat. You know, I do feel kind of bad for this guy. You know, we literally just spawned him in to kill him, but of course he didn't give us the freaking thing that we wanted. Okay, we're gonna try this again, Mr. Cow. Where is the cow? There you are. Give me leather. Beautiful. Thank you. I also realized that when we made the power flower, we're kind of wasting it, honestly, because we could be using that on the energy collector and dumping that extra EMC that's just sitting here currently. There's 100,000 EMC just sitting there doing nothing. We could be literally just dumping that into the energy collector for free, basically, if we wanted to. We don't have enough for that. Okay, fair enough. We should have enough to make a few blocks of iron, but not like too many. Okay, I'm not too bothered by losing like 400 EMC or so, but we can go ahead and put this in here now, and we should be able to just plop down some diamonds and passively make diamonds out of the whichever thingies are there. I can also go ahead and quickly go to the bottom of this. Somewhere down here there should be a way to access this on the bottom, and you can kind of see how much EMC we have in there. Obviously we kind of wanted that to be be where we, you know, generate our EMC for our Klein star or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I feel like we are not really gonna need to generate EMC for our Klein star because we're pretty near and dear close to being able to make the transmutation table, which is gonna allow us to charge our thing up infinitely. So that's really not gonna be a problem for us kind of moving forward, which is pretty nice. Right now, I mean, it is a little bit strange, but I am gonna go ahead and take these diamonds out real quickly. Go ahead and put this in here, put a bunch of these in here to get a bunch of these out, like a stupid amount of them very quickly. Make sure that we go ahead and re-put that back in to go ahead and make sure that we are collecting diamonds. You know what I could be doing? Do I have this? I do not have. Do I have a dark matter laying around? I do not. However, I'm sure we've got enough diamonds to go ahead and spare a few. Yep, we have enough to make a single piece of dark matter, which I am very happy for because that will give us, oh, we don't have enough Eternalist fuel. Here's the thing, and here's the problem. This is gonna take quite a while to go ahead and build up the EMZ to make the dark matter, but that's fine. Honestly, that could just be passive for now. I mean, I really don't see any sort of issue with it. We can go ahead and just take this dark matter and put it over here for safekeeping, just in case if we do need to use a bit of the EMC in here, we can go ahead and do so, and it's not gonna really be a problem. You know what? Here's actually a really good question. Skull doesn't have EMC, but we'll see. I don't know how you spawned in there, buddy. You're not even supposed to be in there, but fair enough. We'll go ahead and put this up here. And oh, you know what? I might consider an ender chest. I am severely considering a ender chest. That's also way too far forward. Something like here, maybe. That's facing the wrong direction. Yeah, it's gonna be facing this direction. Fair enough. Put it in this direction and then set it to a 9x9 height of like however deep we want it. 9x9 might be a little too excessive for this. Let's go 7x7. Yeah, 7x7 is perfect. And also it being that far down doesn't really matter. I mean, technically it does matter, but 7 block high is just right, I would say. We can go 6, maybe. That's 3. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's really annoying because like the text is in the way. You can't see what you're doing, but that's fine. I think I have a plan. Let's go ahead and close this up. Let's go ahead and get some levers going, and let's get some items collected, and we will see what we need to go ahead and put away, because also we could also pump into the energy condenser if we want to go ahead and get just basically a passive way to deal with items if you want to kind of do it that way as well. Let's see, what else do I need? I don't remember exactly what else I need, but that's fine. Go ahead and put that there. That's not gonna work apparently, so that's annoying. Go ahead and break that, I guess, and go ahead and put that in there, and he should be, yep, now he's dead. I can't put, really? You can't put torches onto vector plates. What kind of BS is that? That is some hardcore copium BS, if you ask me. Because what? I thought you could, but I guess you can't. That's fine. It's literally fine. Hopefully we won't have too many issues, but if I turn that on and this on, we're gonna need, hopefully that this works. I'm hoping. What is the item that we need for ignoring spawner or ignoring nearby players? I know that's a thing that we can go ahead and do. That's redstone control, min spawn delay, ignores players, and nether star. Go figures as much as it would be a nether star. I'm really hoping either it's just slow, or that's because that's gonna be rough. Give me some sugar. Yeah, like I said, we're just gonna put some sugar in here real quick, get some of that sugar. I don't know how much we're gonna need to do. We'll get, okay, that's probably enough sugar. Let's get a clock going, because we're also gonna need a clock. Clocks are gonna help big time for sure. These are a bit expensive. They're 8,000 EMC per one. Yeah, we're not gonna have enough EMC for that unless if we go with iron blocks or something, or diamonds, or whatever the case may be. A couple of, wow, we have a lot of emeralds, surprisingly. I don't know where we got all these emeralds from. Probably like sifting or something, if I had to guess. 55 clocks. That should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, and I'm also gonna go ahead and turn that off, so that way we can go ahead and get in there and potentially maybe upgrade the spawner without having any issues. Nope, the vector plates are not gonna allow me to do that. I have to break them. It's 10 per. Oh my god, 55 is not gonna be enough. No way. 500, that's gonna be okay. Well, we're gonna need a few more. That's fine. 240, like 24 more or something. 24 more, that is going to be pretty good. Go ahead and dump these in there. It's gonna be quite slow, I guess. And then get like, I don't know how many more of these this is gonna get. A quarter more stack. A quarter of a stack of emeralds got us exactly 32 of those coin things, or the clocks. Hopefully 32 should be plenty for this. All right, beautiful. Now this is a fully stacked spawner. It should only be 1 second per spawn, which is incredibly fast. 1 game tick, right? Because it's 20 ticks in a second to go ahead and do that. So go ahead and do that. Turn this on, and then turn this on as well. And they should be spawning every tick now the moment I step away. Are we? No, we're definitely in a hard mode. Okay. It has me a bit concerned that the ignores light is not working. I also happen to realize that are these vector plates? Wait a minute. These aren't vector plates. What are these? Huh? Am I stupid? Or like, what? I feel like I'm going crazy. And the moment I take off the torches, guess what starts spawning again? Yeah, of course. Okay, fair. All right, we only need like 3 skulls. That's all we need. And we've got 10. So, well, I didn't mean to turn that off. That's my bad. I meant to turn this off. Stop them from spawning and causing a ruckus. They're already causing a ruckus. Look at all. Oh, they dropped coal. That would have been so good. That would have been so good. 8 more skulls. I will take that. However, I am about to maybe get suited and booted in full diamond gear because why not? I also just noticed that we are out of diamonds again. Because you know what? It's probably taking them and putting them in the freaking, yeah, I see what's happening. That's fine. You know what? I don't think we really need diamond gear. Honestly, as long as like we have like a milk bucket and funny enough, I killed the only cow that we have. I don't really think we're gonna even need a milk bucket, honestly. If we do what I'm gonna do right, we shouldn't really need a milk bucket. And it should be fine. Do I have any extra rose gold? I don't. This should be more than enough durability, I think. And I think we're pretty much ready to fight the wither. So let's go ahead and warp to the mining world. We're gonna go ahead and set up a nice little tunnel. I'm gonna go ahead and dig myself a tunnel. Build me a tunnel. Hey, there's diamond ore. Yeah, there's also a thing too where we're literally at bedrock, which is making it hard. This tunnel should be plenty deep. And what we'll do is we'll mine out a section, a nice little section like this. And now we should be good to fight the wither in this tunnel. Now, pro tip, before you do this, go ahead and claim the chunks all around you and in front of you. And there's a reason for that in a tunnel shape. The claimed chunks can't be exploded. So if you do that, he won't be able to build a massive hole around himself, and it will be way easier to fight him, like way easier. As you can see, you can kind of like almost like cheese him by doing this. Now he'll still be able to break blocks like that, but he won't really be able to, again, like I said, explode holes and all that stuff. And boom, just like that, we killed the wither without even like taking a single amount of damage, which is pretty boggers, if you ask me. Oh, you know what I just realized? What we could do is like we can make like a creative, or not a creative, we can make a create contraption that just mines and mines and mines and mines and mines like boatloads of cobblestone for free, and it would be so sick. Now that we got our first nether star, all we realistically need now, ton of EMC to go ahead and, you know, yeah, we need 100,000 EMC to duplicate this, which is gonna be rough, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm debating if we want to take a separate break from progressing currently, and maybe getting ourselves the master infusion crystal, just so that way we can make things way more easier than we have been over the past couple of episodes, right? We don't need this stuff anymore. Archangel Smite we don't need anymore. Man, it's just like, it's so expensive. I don't even know like what essence we're up to or anything. Also, like, you know what, hold on, let's take a step back. Let's go ahead and use some of our emeralds to go ahead and make a drawer upgrade. Yeah, that's 32,000 EMC per upgrade. Also, can I? This would be weird. I don't think you can do this, but there's no way they allow you to do this. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think they would allow you to do that. I mean, I'm glad that I tried, but I didn't think it was gonna let me do it anyway, but I tried. You know, we have to make the next tier infusion crystal, which is obviously not too bad. It's just that we just need a little bit of that. Oh yeah, boy, I really dislike this mod so much, but nothing that I can really do about it. But let's go ahead and make the next tier crystal, which is gonna need the next tier crystal. It's just like, why make us go through all this pain? You know what, that's gonna be 2 supremium already, or at least I thought it would be 2 supremium. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that's already 2 supremium, which is poggers. We just need another one of those gems, unless if we don't have the 2x compressed cobblestone for it. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to wrap up today's episode. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please do me a huge favor, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ding dong that notification bell, become a part of the Hunterx tribe. As always, guys, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna leave you till next time. Bye bye.